Has John Cena's retirement tour been good or bad? Maybe a little bit of both, maybe in between. We're going to talk about it all on the podcast today. Hello and welcome to It's Real to Us. My name is Anthony the Mark.
I'm Anthony the Analyzer.
Like I just said, we're going to talk all about John Cena here, his best moments, his worst moments, what we've enjoyed the most, and maybe what we can expect with the last 4 dates he has left. As of this recording, it is October 21st. John Cena, 4 dates left. Where did the retirement tour go?
I can't believe that we're already at this day. I mean, what was it, like almost a year ago that he pretty much was like, I'm done, guys. And like, we thought it was right there he was done. Yeah. And then he was at least thankfully to be like, all right, no, but like, I'm going to do some matches here and there. But it kind of made sense because he was doing like the Santa Claus thing, right? At that point, like he was only coming back once every 6 months or something. Doing a little bit of a pop here and there, but
yeah, he's been a part-timer since 2018. He'll just regularly show up,
right?
And then I think it was Money in the Bank last year, and he shows up and he goes Money in the Bank in 2024, and he goes like, "I am retiring from wrestling," and we're all just what?
We were like there. I was like, "What the hell is like? This is it right now? You're just retiring?
It's over."
Yeah.
But thankfully, he said that he was setting up a retirement tour, an entire year where he was dedicating himself to the WWE, and I think he's done just that. You look at his body of work over the retirement tour, and you can say his matches have gotten better and better, maybe with the exception of that Brock Lesnar match. But I commend Cena. I think so. Let's just talk about our overall thoughts on the retirement tour so far. I commend Cena. I think he has done everything he said he's going to do, which, of course, why would we expect anything less from John Cena? He has given his body, his mind, his soul to wrestling, and maybe the creative hasn't been the best behind this retirement tour, but I don't think it is a lack from anything John Cena has done. So that's like my big thought in the beginning of this conversation is that I commend John Cena for this retirement tour.
I do as well, and it's funny because this is where the analyzer really gets his take in, especially how you went over the creative with this whole thing. I think my thing is with this whole tour and just how it's been. Cena's been doing a great job in terms of being like that company guy, man. I mean, he listens to what they tell him and he produces like honestly tenfold. Like think about half the things that these people are like, told every day, these wrestlers, like you have to do this. And then, they take the ball and it's not as good. Right. And then you got a guy like John Cena and he could take, right. He could take anything and just make it great. And that's just because of the guy he is. The creative direction, I think started off really hot. I loved it. I loved where it went.
You talking about the heel turn?
I think, yeah, exactly. Right when we get right to that heel turn, I thought that was awesome. I think everything about it in that moment was great.
People were saying, and even to this day, that was the greatest heel turn of all time. John Cena aligning himself with The Rock as the corporate champion, Elimination Chamber. Everybody went nuts.
Yeah, and for me, that would have came through all the way to that exact statement of the greatest of all time. When we already know what I'm going to say. And I think
you smell.
Yeah, was at WrestleMania. And that's really the only thing. Otherwise, other than that, I think John did really the best of what he could with just Mania itself. But if I want to take that out of the equation for now, I thought his heel run was great right up until WrestleMania. And then after that, it was just kind of like, what are we really doing here? And you could kind of tell it was a very cruise control. I mean, WWE's been on cruise control now for a while, after Triple H booked a great 2024 and end of 2023, it was kind of like, all right, cool. We have all this money. We got all these like, companies wanting to chip in and get a piece.
Slim Jim tables.
Think about it. They're all getting a piece, right? So now because of that, it's just kind of like they're sitting in money and they're just like, all right, cool. Yeah, just press the button. We're on autopilot. We'll see you in 14 hours when we land in Japan type of thing. So I think with the creative behind it, I would have liked to see more of Cena's influence in terms of like, I'm not doing that because I do feel like, again, it was his last year. He's just, I think, trying to kind of get it over the hump, right? And to me, he's a working guy and I respect that, but I think he could have had more of his foot down. But I don't know.
When you say you wish he had more of his foot down, do you mean that in reference to him saying no to turning heel?
I think in general, if there's anything that he felt was either the right or wrong thing to do, they should have just been like, whatever he says, they should have just done. So I feel like he should have been more like, if he did feel no, than it should have been now.
All right, well, let's talk about that heel turn then in general, because the first half of the John Cena retirement tour was built around that crazy heel turn that we were talking about at Elimination Chamber. He goes on to fight Randy Orton, CM Punk, R-Truth, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, a bunch of guys we never thought we would see him fight as a heel. So were you happy with the way WWE went about his time as a heel?
I enjoyed the match with Randy a lot. I thought that was I thought that was a great match. The ending was when R-Truth came back.
R-Truth, well, so Randy's about to punt John Cena, just like we all loved back in the day.
Right.
Just all of our memories came flying back. That's just a little quick side anecdote. That's the thing that I felt the most too about this retirement tour, is it's just been chock filled with nostalgia. Not to say that's a bad thing, but getting back to the match, Randy's about to punt John Cena. R-Truth comes in and he stops him. And Randy, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Right, okay. It was like more of a save thing at that point.
Low blow,
the belt.
The title in the face, which was the Cena calling card in all of his matches as a heel.
And that was like his finisher. So for me, that was the thing, was like the AA. I like that he would do it still. And I like that he still rocked like the jorts and everything. Weirdly enough, a lot of people were probably like, oh, why isn't he having new music, new style? Like, why should he wear a suit maybe the whole time? You know, all these things.
I remember thinking he's going to come out in a suit and
right,
sell out.
Right. And just be like a total, like, you know, like, oh, like Triple H back in Authority time. Right. So, I mean, for me, I like that he did that, because it was kind of like him saying like, yeah, this is what you want, right? This is what you want, right? And
you want to heal?
That.
You want me to change my gimmick? You get
nothing. Like I did that Brussels promo was awesome. I loved. There was a lot of things again with the heel run that was great, and
including that kid right there.
That kid right. And then when they went back or somewhere near Brussels, France maybe, and the kid was there,
and they made up. And then they made up.
I mean, that was great.
That was a good full circle moment.
So, but
yeah, but him as a heel.
Right. So I like the heel matches. I don't think he worked that style too well in the matches. I just think he was waiting to get to the finish to do the screw, which again, that's like what a lot of heels do. But I don't think he worked his matches much as a heel, though I felt like his matches were good because they were just filled with like moments of suspense of like, okay, Randy and him are going at it like they used to. To me, Randy was more in control of like that match, for example, as like, because he knows how to be both. You know, for Cena, it was like he only worked face for so long.
It did feel like Cena was not natural working as the heel. And not to say that his matches with Randy or with Punk were bad, but I think that when you look at him going back into being a face, his matches with Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles and against Logan Paul, he's just so much more of a natural performer as a babyface. So maybe those matches as heels couldn't exceed their expectations because of Cena's just not being familiar as working as a heel.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, like just looking at it, giving actually those great examples too, like picking out the three outliers to me were Cody Rhodes the second time, Punk and Randy. They brought out the best in Cena as they were like more of the face in that match, while Cena's kind of pulling between a heel and like a tweener almost, you know, because obviously the fans, they still kind of want to root for him, right? But like at the same time, they know like, yeah, he's kind of really going all out with his heel run. So they are trying to boo him, to help him out a little bit. But you can still tell that there was something there.
100%.
Those three matches, though, for example, I think did bring out some of the best because they had that other person to really help. I think helped Cena a lot, especially Cody and Cena tore it down at SummerSlam. It was like one of the best. We were there. You know,
so
good. It was an amazing match. Yeah, it was. There's so many matches of the year. It's like crazy, but that could be like one of them too. Like that's how good it was. I mean, hell, John Cena and AJ Styles, right?
It's all subjective. It's what for me. It's Cody Styles just because we were there.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, let's just talk about it. Cody versus Cena could be my match of the year. I think it's my favorite match of his on this farewell tour so far. Do you have?
It's been this one, and obviously more biased because we were there, but more so just like the emotion I went through watching that match, the fact that Cena gave 30 minutes or 25 plus, whatever you want to call it. That to me was like every hit felt, you could feel it in the crowd. It was crazy. I don't know how to describe it unless you're there.
I got chills thinking about Cody saluting John Cena right before he hits the crossroads.
Yeah, and that felt like almost like his way of doing the Shawn Michaels to
I'm sorry, I love you.
I'm sorry, I love you to Ric Flair. That felt just like that. And we weren't obviously there then, but it's like crazy to think.
and going back to what I was saying about this being chock filled with nostalgia, and you look at the match with AJ Styles, John Cena has been doing everything he can to give back to wrestling to a degree. With that match with Styles, it was a love story to wrestling, as a lot of people have been putting it. Mr. TNA versus Mr. WWE. They shouted out their former rivals by doing their finishing moves in the match. I love a lot of the things that have been going into this farewell tour, but to critique it like you were talking about before, it has felt like they are kind of figuring out everything on the fly. So as much as I love that AJ Styles match, we have to talk about the fact that it was thrown together because, oh, we only have 4 dates left. Well, Cena's going to wrestle at all 4 of them. How do we build a feud? Oh, let's do it on Twitter. So it seems as if it could have been handled a little better, but it's also, in my opinion, one of, if not the best thing in WWE over the last year.
Yeah, and the thing is with John Cena, like I think now too, like last 4 matches, if they're running out of ideas, they're going to him because this match was made because Cena was listening and heard the fans. I mean, Triple H, I know you say you do all of that all the time, which sure, but this was Cena 100%. I mean, he tweeted a photo of him or Instagram picture of him, just AJ Styles. And then all of a sudden everyone's like going crazy.
I don't know.
And then
I feel like it could have been Triple H.
Okay.
This could have, we're talking about how they don't have a plan, but this could have been the plan all along.
Yeah.
We'll just have
But
Cena
the thing is, we'll
out.
never know because why? Because they'll just say, you watched the show, right? We told you we were going to do, like, you know what I mean? They say these things like
it's
that.
all a part of
it's
the
all,
show.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That was the exact words I was looking for with the R-Truth thing. That was exactly.
Yeah, that's what Triple H said at the press conference. It's like, it's all a work.
It's all a work. Everything's a work.
But to his point, they're constantly listening and evolving and trying to put out the best product they can. So do you have a favorite feud from the retirement tour?
Favorite feud? I mean, that thing is really, to me, feud-wise, we're really looking at just Cody. I mean, like
yes
what
no.
went the longest, like in terms of like back and forth? I mean, you had a good job. They had a great job with Punk.
That would be my one pushback.
Him and Punk had an awesome couple weeks where they were going at each other on the mic, and it might have honestly been 1 week. One did it on Monday, one did it on Friday, and then whatever the match a week later. I don't remember exactly, but
they did the Doctor of Thugonomics,
exactly.
Like reversal.
Punk did that,
and then Cena did the pipe bomb.
Yes, yep, exactly. And I just don't remember if that was the same week.
I think
like one was Monday, one was Friday.
Yeah, they were different weeks.
Yeah, okay.
So they had a little bit of time, but obviously they weren't given as much time as Cody and Cena were.
Right.
But when you look at the Cody Cena feud, there were points where Cody Rhodes was getting booed. Now, is that a testament to people? And this is with John Cena as a heel. Does that show that the feud wasn't perfect?
I think it just shows, because it wasn't, because Cena has his strict dates, and I think too, Cody's trying to make it work by himself. Couldn't as much as Punk could, because remember when Cena wasn't working dates, Punk was still throwing awesome promos out there. So I think you have a good point, even just to bring up Punk too.
With the Cody feud, I personally sensed a little fatigue. I enjoyed every time Cena's on the television, but Cena and Cody are talking again. So Cena and Cody are talking again. So for me, it got boring. And I Punk and Cena didn't have as much time, but because it was shorter, made it sweet.
Yeah,
and that's why I think I will lean with the Cena Punk.
You know what, too? You're convinced me, because now I'm thinking about it. They were so much more direct in their approach. They were just like, dude, I'm the greatest of all time. You're not. You're living this whole weird reality that you think you're, Mr. High Authority. I told all of you, basically, Punk was like, I told all of you this is who this guy was. And then it's like, at the same time, though, you could still feel like maybe there was still that teeny bit of animosity, right? That Punk was holding on to. Like, I was actually always the guy then, not you. That's why I loved it. It was short and sweet, but it was built off their history, which was rich with info. So, I think you're really pulling me on that side of Punk, because it was a more direct approach. I only think I really thought about Cody because he had 2 matches against him versus just one, like everyone else.
It was definitely the more high-profile feud because they built WrestleMania around it and SummerSlam around it. And the CM Punk Cena feud was, we only want to keep Cena as a heel for one more month, but let's do him versus Punk with the roles reversed. Punk is in the middle of a feud with Seth Rollins for the world title at the time, and it's like, we're going to put this on ice for a minute.
Yeah.
Because if you remember in that match, Rollins and the Vision end up trying to cash in, and it's a little sloppy. But if I can quickly shout out Charles Robinson. That is where we got one of his best bumps ever. You remember Robinson going flying
gets
to that
trucked
match?
by Cena. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome.
So that's actually a fun rabbit hole maybe we can go down. Let's talk about a couple of moments, maybe not necessarily matches or opponents, but moments from this retirement tour that stand out to you, if there are any.
Yeah, honestly, I'll be real. The two that stand out the most, and it's the full circle moment we kind of briefed on with the kid from Brussels, because I really enjoyed that. I liked when I loved his heel promo in Brussels, and then at first, like, I didn't really catch it with the kid. Like, obviously, he just pointed at a kid, and then the fact that the camera got it and everything, it worked out well enough to bring it all together when then they met up again in like France or wherever they were in Europe at the time. So for me, those were two like moments within the run that I liked. It kind of made me feel like I was that kid back in 2006. Like, so for me, that was like the moment I felt, I think, the most in terms of Cena's heel run.
Those moments were great. And they definitely stand out to me. A couple of other moments that I think of. One is at the Royal Rumble, believe it or not. It's when it's him and Jey Uso. They're the last two. And we're streaming at the time. And in my head, I'm like, wow, okay, I can't believe Cena's winning the Rumble. It was just the pure shock. Like the face that John Cena makes when he gets eliminated from the Royal Rumble is the exact emotions I was feeling. The stun seeing Jey Uso beat John Cena. It's crazy. Looking back now, you're not like crazy surprised, but at that moment, it was a stunning upset.
Yeah.
Then the faces that he made when he turned heel, and then you had The Rock. Like, that was electric. No pun intended. The pipe bomb we talked about. There's just so many good stuff. And you want to know what? If we're going to talk positive, we should talk negative though too. There have been a couple of negative moments, maybe one in particular that just pops out at the top of my head. Not a big or significant moment, but they were building the feud between John Cena and Logan Paul, and they're heading to the Clash in Paris match, and they aired two different versions of the final segment. Logan Paul at the end of the show knocks out John Cena. And in the first take they did it, he misses so bad. And John Cena's just sitting there like selling it, and he just does not get hit at all. And then I remember watching, because I was watching it live and it was overseas. It was international. So I saw the original live version where it doesn't look like he hits him at all. And then later that night, I watched, they checked, they edited it out. And it's a completely different angle where Logan comes in, he moves all this out of the way, and it looks like he clocks him. So,
dang.
So that's a negative moment that steps out. Not necessarily bad, but just, let's take the good with the bad. Is there a negative moment for you?
You know what? I'm trying to think of a lot of anything that could be more negative than Travis Scott. It's hard for me.
Oh my God.
It's
how
hard.
Have we not mentioned Travis Scott?
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to take any, and that's the thing. It's not on Cena. It's not on his opponent. It's not on anything like that. It's for whatever reason, I don't even care if Travis Scott was going to be there the whole time. I just like the Rock not being there and then Travis Scott being there. Like, Travis Scott could be there with The Rock, with whoever else they want to bring in. They want to bring in Nicki Minaj. They want to bring in all these other people. Like, I don't care. But The Rock needed to be there. And that's why the whole Travis Scott thing was a problem, because he didn't know his cues to get to the ring at the certain time he was supposed to. Because he wasted 2.5 minutes of Fiend playing just for him to get to the ring, do basically nothing, and that was it. So to me, that was the most negative of the run, but it's not on Cena. So I'll try to maybe think of another one while we're going along.
I think that's fair. That's fair.
To me, that was the most negative.
Because we could also talk about Brock Lesnar, him getting squashed at WrestlePalooza. That kind of sucks.
Especially because it leads to nothing.
Leads to absolutely nothing unless they meet inside War Games. Unless they meet inside War Games, Brock Lesnar made those kids cry at WrestlePalooza for nothing.
Yeah.
But speaking of Brock Lesnar, maybe the possibility of one more showdown between he and Cena inside War Games. He's got 4 dates left. Let's be optimistic and say we get 4 matches.
Okay.
Who do we think those final 4 matches should be against?
This is a tough one.
So think about it for a quick second, because I also think it's worth noting, and we just did this. This was a good idea by you. We went through and we looked at all of the matches John Cena has had up until this point. So with 4 possible opponents left, John Cena on his farewell tour is currently 7-5-1. That one tie being a no contest where Brock Lesnar beat up John Cena and Sami Zayn. So he has a 53.8% win percentage. if he's going to end with a positive win percentage, all he has to do is go 2-2 in these next 4 matches. So who are some wrestlers? Let's just throw some names out there in no particular order.
Gunther.
I agree, Gunther. Dominic versus Cena for the IC title.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That could be a great way to end it too. Think about how over Dominic Mysterio is right now.
He doesn't even need the championship.
He doesn't need the championship. And Dom versus John Cena would be such a fun final match. And the only question is, would you put the title on Cena or would you have Dominic go over?
You put the title on Cena. He gets the Grand Slam for all the people that care and want that. I personally don't. But the reason why I would say to put it on him is now you have a whole plethora of people that could go after a vacated title, maybe a fun tournament that they do for once. That's why I want that, because if they want Dom to lose to someone, why don't you lose to a legend like John Cena? He doesn't need to beat him. And it's better because he doesn't get to lose his championship to anyone that we're going to see every week. So it makes Dom look kind of stronger in a weird way, as much as we've seen him take so many L's over the last couple of years, but he's so over with the crowd, regardless of him being, cheered at some points when he's really a heel. For me, he's the perfect last opponent for that reason. It opens up a little bit more doors for everyone. Dom can move up into the we try to say move up into the heavyweight championship conversation, but the way he's over, why not? Why couldn't he be?
Agree.
He's more over than Finn Balor is. Finn Balor might be the better technical wrestler that you would consider a world heavyweight champion for some people, but for me, Dom's the one that's bringing people in, right? Who's bringing some of the house. That's Dom Mysterio.
Dom is
weirdly enough,
he's like top 5 over wrestlers currently.
He's great.
And when you talk about Cena winning his last match, the age-old expression in wrestling is you go out on your back. But we've seen there are certain occurrences where it is appropriate for a wrestler to win their final match. You look at Sting in AEW.
I was just going to say Sting.
An absolute perfect send-off. And is John Cena not a Sting level equivalent wrestler?
Oh, yeah, if not
100%.
If not, some people could argue better. I mean, so for me, I agree with that. I think you can get it off on a high note.
We got Gunther. So that would leave 2 more spots. I got a couple of names I want to throw out there.
Go ahead.
I love Sheamus. I know Sheamus and Cena don't have a tremendous history together.
But they have. His first WWE Championship, Sheamus, comes from John Cena giving it to him.
Match. I remember watching it live.
Yep.
Carmelo Hayes.
I love Carmelo Hayes. I just don't know if they built him up enough for it, though.
That's
what I'm worried
haven't,
about.
But he can lose. And I think that this could be the match that elevates him to that next spot. It gives him like the momentum moving forward. Just being in the ring with John Cena, I think, would be huge for him because it would show the company's faith in him moving forward.
Gotcha.
Not to say that they have faith in him moving forward. I think Carmelo Hayes is terrific. I would like to see that. Some people have said The Miz. I'm out. I think I'm out on The Miz.
I'm good.
I saw that match enough.
I've had too much of The Miz, and at this point too, it's I like him putting over the younger talent and helping them out because he does such a great job at that.
What about a Braun Breaker?
So I was thinking of one of the 2 beasts from the Vision. It would probably have to be Breaker because Reed. I don't know. They don't seem like they would mesh well. And we don't need another like super strong Cena, right? And if they wanted to, right, they could do the Brock Lesnar thing at War Games, right? Again, where, Brock Lesnar goes with the Vision and then Cena has to come with a crew and you get Cena pinning Brock as winning War Games or something like that.
Yeah, him going up against Brock again.
Right.
And it's such a shame with Seth Rollins being hurt. The father doesn't think he's actually hurt.
Oh, again? He's fooling again, you think?
Yeah, he's fully convinced it's a corporate hit job. Ratings are bad. We're taking Seth Rollins out, and we're going to pretend you're hurt. I think he's hurt. But it's a shame because I wanted to see Seth and John Cena go at it one more time. There was rumors Seth could have been his last opponent, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case now. And then, there's a handful of other people.
Roman. Is he too much in and out?
I just think that they're on 2 different paths right now. I think
it wouldn't make sense to me, but I'm just saying he would be that's a huge match.
Yeah, it is. I don't think so. Who else could there be? Drew?
I would love that, but I feel so bad for Drew. This man should be champion 10 times over, Mr. McIntyre, and he's just not. But yeah, he might be on that same type of Roman Reigns. We don't know what path they're on type of thing. So
did he fight Drew at all on the farewell tour? I don't think so.
I don't think they've interacted.
No, they must have interacted a little bit. Either way, it's kind of hard to think because you only have so many possible opponents left, obviously, I think we both would agree the best ideal final opponent would be the rated R superstar.
Yeah,
Edge.
I mean, yeah, we all know that's would be. I would take all 4 of these matches, give them up for just Edge and Cena.
Did you see the Instagram post or Twitter post where you ever see It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Of course.
So the Pepe Silvio like diagram with Charlie going crazy in front of it. And it's wrestling fans trying to convince themselves how Andrade failing his wellness policy and then going to AEW while he's still competing under a non-contest or under like his
NDA.
Yeah, whatever it is. That will somehow lead to Edge coming back to fight John Cena.
Like to get out of a lawsuit.
Yeah, it's like, all right, don't sue us. You can have Edge for one match.
Yeah. Honestly, that's great.
It's Charlie. Silvio, you collected the dots.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's actually great. I would be a full supporter of that.
We got a couple things falling on set. It's okay. It's fine. So Edge, ideally, I'm trying to think of anybody else, but I don't really have anybody.
No, I think a lot of the other talent, it's just they're kind of all just in like the mix now at that point. Who else? Like Chad Gable's been hurt for so long, but he would have been fun if he was still going for a while. He would be a great opponent
if Fatu didn't get hurt, maybe Fatu.
Wow.
Aleister Black. Nah.
You know what I mean? He's going to do his thing with Zelina now, so they don't need that. But unfortunately for him.
But if we missed anybody, you guys let us know. Drop a comment or
there's 4 matches, guys. That means there's 4 people. Drop 4 comments.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this, make sure you're following It's Real to Us on all of our social media platforms. We are at It's Real to Us on X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. If you want to support the show, go on over to our Patreon. But let's finish up with an overall grade and final thought on John Cena's farewell tour and whether you thought it was a positive or negative. So I'll let you kick it off with a grade. We'll go 1 to 5.
I think it's are we using decimals or just?
You can use decimals.
I'm going to give it a 3.5. And I think my reasoning is because we're going to all feel so nostalgic, especially here at the end with him being since the face turn, everything's been, in my opinion, a lot better.
So just real quick, do you think the heel turn was a failure?
I think, I want to give that like maybe like a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
And it's only because I only have like one moment that I really liked, and it was just after he turned, and then that first initial Brussels amazing promo.
What about the pipe bomb?
And the pipe bomb.
We get the pipe
bomb.
Sure.
I keep forgetting about Punk was the heel face in that scenario. Yeah, so that and the pipe bomb, to me, there's 3 things out of 6 or 7 months where he was a heel. I mean, there was more things that I would be like, oh yeah, this is great. But no, I think that kind of brought it down. And again, just Cena, in my opinion, just being like that. Yeah, what do you need me to do? I'll do it. And it's more, instead of maybe putting his foot down a little more. Again, I don't know back details or anything, so what I'm saying doesn't really matter in terms of that, but because he could be putting his foot down saying that, and that actually could be everything he wanted. We don't know.
And we
never will. But that's the thing. It's like, it's left, I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So for me, the way I see it, I didn't like the heel portion of it. I think the face portion's carrying it back up. And now I'm just trying to just simply enjoy it. I'm not trying to critique it. We have 4 matches left. And then he's literally never going to wrestle again. I don't even think we'll ever see him literally on TV again, even as a suit, like to be like a GM or something. Like,
you don't think so? I think we'll see him.
I don't. I think he's truly just wants to, if anything, wants to have a background piece and like have a part of the company.
I can see him being an ambassador, but maybe he's never on WWE television.
I don't think so. I think he's a serious guy.
Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, true.
He'll show up for Hall of Fame.
He'll be there for that.
He'll give a freaking 50-minute speech that makes you cry 17 times.
And that's going to be next year, like right away next year. So everyone book your calendars. I bet right away he's getting inducted.
100%. Unless Jericho comes in and wants to try to steal the spot.
Oh, my God.
No, there's no way. They'll make Jericho, you can wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4.3. I hear what you're saying with maybe some of the creative not being fantastic and then really figuring it out on the fly. But I did enjoy the heel turn just because I never thought I'd see a heel John Cena. So even though it maybe didn't live up to expectations, just the fact that we got it is enough for me to give it a positive. I got to see Cena versus Randy Orton. Cena was the heel. Never in a million years would I ever see that. And same with Punk. And you think about, what he did for R-Truth. That's a story I never thought would be as entertaining as it turned out to be. You know, he literally brought R-Truth back
Yeah.
with his heel work. So I'm a little bit more positive on it, but I do hear I do hear what you're saying about the negativity around it. And then I echo everything you say. I think his face run has been fantastic. It's been the better of the two runs, and I am going to miss John Cena.
Yeah, and that's the thing. These last 4 matches, they could botch every move. I'm just going to be so happy that we're just getting them. So hopefully the 4 people that they pick are only what we decide and not what they decide, but we'll see.
Yeah, what would be the worst decision that they could make? Oh, wait, what about Obafemi? Obafemi.
Oh, that would be cool.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be cool because that's another want to be one of those handshake moments in the ring. So that would be cool. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, I don't think they can really mess it up. There aren't too many people that I would be like, ugh.
That's the thing. Well, if they did mess it up, let's try to figure out who the 4 people would, or one at least, to mess it up.
Yeah, who would be the worst person for Cena's
besides the
Miz?
Yeah, no, I honestly literally
maybe you do Cody
else.
again, or you know what, Brock Lesnar I think would be pretty bad if you ended it with Lesnar, because you're not going to get a good wrestling match, and I want Cena's last match to be a good wrestling.
Yeah,
match.
especially because we know Cena can literally do it.
Yeah,
he's done it how many times so far now?
He just needs to have somebody who can match what he's bringing.
Yeah, because Cody did a great job, Sammy did a great job, Punk did a great job, Randy did a great job, Logan did a great job, AJ did a phenomenal job, obviously. Yeah, no pun intended.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it was a pun intended. So, I think you're right about that. Can't be somebody that's going to give him a crap match. It's got to be a good match. So, yeah, I couldn't even. Besides Lesnar, I think we'll leave it at Lesnar.
Yeah,
if Lesnar is in the ring with Cena again, then you could critique. After that, though, I think they're going to get these 4 right. Really, pretty much whoever it's going to be.
All right, guys, share your thoughts on John Cena's retirement tour. Who you want him to face? Who should his last opponent be? Who the worst last opponent would be? Across all of our social media platforms. Until next time, I am Anthony the Mark,
and I'm Anthony the Analyzer.
This is A Squared. Saluting you, John Cena.
Thank you
for everything.